I would like
The
that.
song is called Home. Hey, what's up, everyone? So,
Don't pass go.
Season 2, Episode 2. I mean, and we played that song because the song title is Welcome Home. And if you can't tell, somebody is not in Brazil right now. He is home for a short period of time. He came to visit us. That's Mr. Daniel Ober.
Hi, I'm here.
This is Ober.
I'm back.
I'm Geyer. This is the G and the O of Don't Pass Go. If you haven't tuned into us before, welcome. If you have, thanks for coming back and sticking with us. Sorry it's been so sporadic over the last 3 months. Yeah.
3.5 months. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been
Tough. We have really conflicting schedules.
Yes. Time differences, country differences, continent differences. There's a lot going on. But so we're going to try, we're sneaking one in here while he's home and and try to progressively get more consistent for you guys. Glad to see us
Together in the same roof.
Yeah.
Under the same roof. It just feels good.
Like he said, 3.5 months. I haven't seen the man face to face since I dropped him off at the airport in January.
Right.
So this is nice to see. And if you're listening to us on Spotify, sorry that you're not seeing it. Our videos uploaded.
Videos do upload.
Oh, all right.
Yep.
So then you'll still see us. So shut up.
But if you're listening in your car, please don't watch the video.
Yeah. If nothing else, it'll make you wreck just from our mugs.
Yeah. But no, it's good to be back. I think we're going to get back into a more consistent schedule down there. Yeah. So maybe it looks like we can set aside a couple hours every week to maybe get something more consistent. That being said, it's just kind of up in the air with everything going on down there.
Yeah. I want to become the number one podcast in Brazil. So we got to start getting hitting it hard.
Right.
And, getting so.
I think try to bring on some soccer players down there, or football players down there.
Football?
Yeah.
The footy football?
Yeah. We'll bring some on.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll take much.
Yeah. We probably don't, I'm sure we can get the pick of the litter, really.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Great contacts down there.
Yeah.
Lots of Portuguese. That'd be great. An interview with them.
That way. It might be Google Translate the whole time.
Yeah.
So you got home this past weekend. First thing you wanted was
saloon chicken wings.
Is that the biggest thing you missed from down there?
Yeah,
being down there.
Pretty much the moment I figured out I was going home, it was like, oh, I get to see my family, get to see the dog, and I'm like, saloon chicken wings.
Yeah.
I have a list of food that I was like eager to eat.
Mm-hmm.
I've been through like 2 of the 4 things. I need.
So you had the saloon chicken wings. What's else on the
Mexican
list?
food.
Mexican food.
I need tacos.
Yeah.
I need tacos. I gotta eat some Chinese food.
I'm surprised that they don't have tacos.
I think a lot of people are. A lot of people are like, they don't have tacos in Brazil. It's like, no, man, I'm telling you, my diet consists of steak and rice.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Yeah.
Every day for lunch. Eat picanha, which is freaking awesome. I love it. I love the cut. It's a great cut that we don't use here in the U.S. It's a cap of a sirloin.
Okay.
And it's super fat. Like, it has a strip of fat to it. But if you cook it right, the fat melts.
Yeah.
And it's freaking awesome. And most of them know how to do it right.
Yeah.
I had some that's awesome.
I got a question about that then too, I guess. About steaks down there. So is it comparable to is the Brazilian steakhouse, Texas Brazil or whatever?
Texas Brazil.
Yeah, Day de Brazil down in the Station Square. Is that a thing that is in? So that's just made up for Americans to make them think they're getting Brazilian food.
It is Brazilian food. they eat the shit out of steak down there.
Yeah.
That's pretty much, it's steak and rice and beans.
Yeah.
And then chicken, but
they don't have steakhouses. I guess is more my question.
Well, they probably do in Rio and shit.
Yeah.
But where I'm at in small town Fraudgy, no, it's not like a steakhouse and someone comes out with a skewer and slices you off. So I'm no, it's where I'm at's pretty small, man. It's a small town, very limited.
What size would you compare it to? Adrian, Katanning, Butler?
Actually, there's more people there than Katanning, but like I said, the resources are limited.
Yeah. All right.
It's it's Brazil, man. There is a favela. There's a lot of people in the favela, but
If you don't know, favela is the terraces going up the hills.
Yeah,
the houses,
the slums. It's the slums. It's where a lot of drugs and
I'm sure. I mean, if you haven't watched Fast and Furious 5, watch it.
It's dangerous. It's gringos don't go up there.
Yeah,
gringos don't go up the hill. I don't know if I said this last time or not.
If they do, they don't come down.
It's not. Why put yourself in that situation?
Yeah,
There's only one or two things you're going up there for, and none of them are probably good. So, there's plenty of fun things to do.
Yeah.
In the safe area.
Yeah.
And the town I'm at it's actually super safe. I think like it's prior to 2018. I don't think it was so safe. They made a new police chief came in, a new mayor came in, and basically they cleaned house of some bad people.
Yeah.
More or less, and. Town all bought in, and it's been a pretty safe town.
That's good. I mean, I feel like maybe there's some areas in the United States that could benefit from like just some crude, wake up calls. Hey, this can't be tolerated.
We've had enough, right?
And
it was fast and swift what they did, but they made a point. The town bought in. It's Brazil, so you can imagine probably how that went. But,
use your imagination and stuff. So
I feel safer walking there than I do like Philadelphia or some streets in Pittsburgh. Even there's, but obviously there's that favela up there. I still don't go. Like I've been up there to some of my coworkers actually live up there.
Okay.
It's just they don't have a lot of money. And that's where they're. So I had to drop them off after work. I've been up there once after dark to drop them back off because we were partying.
Yeah.
So but it gets sketchy and you get a lot of looks.
Yeah.
What are you doing up here?
Yeah.
And they don't really want you up there, and I never really felt welcome. So
yeah. Well,
no sense to be up there.
So, yeah. Like you said, there's only a couple reasons why you're going there. So
right. But there's a rule. If you're going up a hill in Brazil, in a town, you're going up a hill, you're going the wrong way.
That's a good rule.
Stay at ocean level, sea level.
All you travelers out there.
Especially like Rio. If Rio is a very, very, those favelas are real dangerous still.
Yeah.
They're real. I mean, when I was there for
Carnival,
yeah, it was, I could hear gunshots because I was across the street from one. But, I mean, I saw videos later of and they're just shooting guns off in the air, celebrating and stuff, but that's real. That's how they do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just don't go up there just willy-nilly.
Yeah.
It can be a very dangerous place. But if you stay the tourist area, which is most of the areas that are sea level, you're good.
Yeah.
I feel safe.
I feel like tourism is probably one of the biggest industries in their country, so they have to make sure that there's areas safe. They don't want to. Yeah, they don't want to lose.
If it's kind of like the Mexican cartels. Unless you're directly involved with them, and they accidentally kill American like they did by the border a couple years ago, or about a year and a half ago, give or take.
Yeah.
They got rid of those people, and I feel like they would kind of do the same thing to the Brazilians because you don't want that heat. You don't want that heat. They don't want that smoke.
Yeah.
They don't want the world looking at them. They know the things that go on in the slum, and if you don't draw attention to it, I mean, be fair, but if you draw attention and start giving a bad name to some people that have power, you walk yourself into a bad spot.
Yeah, I get it for full-heartedly. So, but yeah, all right. I guess back to the list. So you got the chicken wings. You said there's 4 things. So you got chicken wings from Saloon, and then you say you got one other thing. What was
tacos?
Tacos. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yep.
And then what are the last 2 things that you want to hit off the list here?
I need a fat freaking Philly cheesesteak.
Fat Philly cheesesteak.
You want from the Saloon,
Nah, I think they're not considered Philly cheesesteaks, but a Miller's steak sub, steak and cheese sub. It hits. It still hits.
That's what I need. I need one of them, just a freaking good bread. They do a bread down there and stuff, but it doesn't hit right.
Yeah.
It does. I want the fatty white bread that ain't no good for you. Full of sugar but soft and. So looking forward to that. And some Chinese food. Oh yeah, you did mention Chinese food. I saw some pictures. You sent me some pictures. You put some pictures up on the old social medias. You had some sushi. Now, is it comparable to American sushi? Is it as fresh? Is it as good? Oh, so what they have is fresh from that area.
Okay.
Actually, one of my friends down there, his name's Bruno. Shout out Bruno.
Bruno,
Sushi Bruno, man.
Nice to meet you, Bruno.
He's the man.
Maybe we can get you on the podcast sometime, Bruno.
He's done personal sushi nights at our friend's house and
stuff.
stuff.
Sweet.
He texts me, he's like, hey, it was a good night to do sushi night. Like me and a couple other guys, he'll text like privately and say like, hey, I'm gonna make some meals in my house. Do you want to come over?
That's sweet.
And
that's sweet.
His mom's elderly, not doing well. Like she's kind of bedridden, and so he can't. It's not easy for him to leave the house. Yeah. So he tells us to come over. He'll make it for us in the kitchen that he has there.
What's up, Gemma? And, mascot Gemma.
And yeah, so he's a super nice guy. I met him on the boat that I've partied on the catamaran. He was a sushi chef on there.
Okay.
So
that's sweet. Yeah. So like you're getting like fresh caught fish that day. It's like
the only stuff they do import some, like, I wouldn't say it's high grade tuna. It's not like you're gonna get Toro or something. But, But they'll get some tuna. Like I said, it's not like the best of grade by any means. And you can tell if you like that kind of stuff. And
if you didn't know, I can't have this stuff. So like, this is all literally Japanese to me. Like I don't understand most of it, but I do understand
salmon. And salmon, they bring salmon in. There's not salmon there.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a farm or something, but but he makes it good. Like I said, it's probably not the best quality, but for me, it's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. That's the other thing I eat the most of them.
Do they ship in like anything like crab legs or lobster or anything? You don't see that very much.
I haven't seen that at all.
No.
Not even a little bit. They have pizza places, but there's no like tomato sauce. Like they don't put tomato sauce on anything.
Huh.
Like
interesting.
They have Italian influence to it, but there's just maybe they just don't grow tomatoes.
So what you're saying?
I'll tell you, they don't grow peppers. There ain't peppers on shit. There's nothing spicy.
Yeah, you said their flavor profile is more sweet than anything.
Sweet and salty.
Sweet and salty.
Nothing. Pretty much nothing spicy. It's hard. There's like a couple hot sauces, like Tabasco's down there, and a couple other ones, but like you're limited on hot sauces at the grocery store. Peanut butter. There's no fucking peanut butter.
Huh.
Dude, if you look behind the camera right there, there's a bag full of peanut butter because I'm taking 4 jars of peanut butter back.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
I wonder. You can probably sell that on the black market. You could be the next. You might get busted for
peanut butter and iPhones. Man, I'm taking peanut butter and iPhones now. I'll be a rich Brazilian.
Hey, anybody in the what's the town called that you live in? Fragi area of Brazil.
Get your
orders in now.
Text me on the WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Hit me up.
WhatsApp. So that's the way to communicate mainly when you're international.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that I also agree. I think that's probably one of the better apps to communicate with. Easier.
Way better than texting.
Yeah.
It's you can send like full videos and pictures and everything. It doesn't cut you back to anything, and
it's all encrypted too.
It's all encrypted.
So you don't have to worry about somebody hacking your.
Not like that's not something I'm really like concerned about for me, but it's great for like group messages and stuff, and you have like a lot of people. There's no limit to how many people. Like our entire work group has one WhatsApp, and then we have like one with all the gringos, like that's the fun one, and then you have one with the management that's like just high tech guys, and so it's like you can break apart little, make your own groups, and just don't mess with the wrong one at like 3 a.m. doing karaoke at the bar.
This has happened.
So there's a video that went around my work groups, and it was like one of the first weekends there. The guy's with me. He just like added me to the group, and he sent the video of me singing to that group, and I'm like, I don't think this is the right one, Stanko. And he's like, no, it's good. I'm like, okay. So then I sent the video of him singing and like grinding and like all this other shit, and I get a group message over the overall group message. So whatever happens on the weekends is not supposed. What you do outside of work is none of our business, but we please refrain from posting it onto the group.
That's awesome.
The work group message. I'm like, I knew this was gonna happen.
I was just trying to introduce myself, guys.
Yeah. And my dumbass gringos dancing around, freaking trying to crip walk in freaking Brazil, and hey dudes. It's real.
So I do see a lot of karaoke. Is that like their biggest thing to do while they go out is karaoke, or is it still just like dance, generally just have a good time?
So where I'm at in Fraudgy, the most fun bar in my town is probably the karaoke bar.
Okay.
It was a different karaoke bar, but they had extracurricular activities going on and got shut down. So so what they did was there was a bar restaurant right across the street.
Yeah.
And now they took 3 weeks off and they just opened up the karaoke and it's the same exact people. It's the same exact people. They just are doing the same things across the street. I've seen the same characters in there. Yeah, same characters in there. Probably doing the same shit.
You see restaurants under new management. Right. No, it's just we moved.
Yeah. But that's just kind of how it goes. And they kind of scratch each other's backs and they do stuff to save face but they know it's going to happen anyway. So they just. But in that town, it's probably the most fun thing to do there. All roads end up leading to the karaoke bar. You sit down in the square and get a table, and we get these beers for $2, but you share them with 3 people.
Yeah.
A big.
Literally a tower.
It's at least it's a liter.
Oh, okay.
It's a liter. Yeah, they're in a tower. Ain't fancy. It's a bottle of beer that's in a liter. Then you share that with 3 people, and it's $2 or something.
Yeah.
But I get a couple of them, and the beer doesn't bloat you like it does here. It's pretty good. You can drink a bunch of it. I drink Brahma. If you ever heard of Brahma beer, you're a real one.
That's just a shout out. That's not a sponsor. Right. But if they want to sponsor us, because we will be the biggest podcast in Brazil.
Yeah. Come on.
Come on, Brahma.
Yes.
So is that so is your go-to drink? I guess here you like beer, you like your mixed drinks, you like your whiskeys, your bourbons and stuff. Is it just beer for you down there, or do you like? What's your favorite?
Capri
I guess
Capri. Fuck yeah.
Okay, so what is that? That's
it's basically muddled fruit.
Okay.
And cachaça.
Cachaça.
This is a cachaça from Brazil.
Swear to you guys, we did not just put that there.
It was just a bottle I brought home.
Yeah.
I brought 2 bottles from a Malbec, a wine from Argentina, and a bottle of cachaça from Brazil.
This wasn't staged. Yeah. This was it was just sitting there.
This one particularly is barrel aged. You can tell by the color, but most ones you mix with are clear. Okay. But it's just it's a sugarcane vodka basically.
Okay.
And you mix that with fruit, and they muddle up the fruit, and it kind of has chunks in it, so you want to drink with a thick straw.
Yeah.
Or it's just that's
so.
And they add too much sugar to it because it's already sweet with the fruit. Like I said, they like sweet shit, so they add more sugar to it, which is fine. I mean, it doesn't ruin the drink by any means, but it's I'm good without the extra sugar. But they do have regular vodka too, so you can have a Cappy vodka, which is just vodka substitute for the cachaça.
All right.
And you got the gin and tonic, that kind of.
Do they have a lot so you're a lot of the same liquors as we have here? They import the Jack Daniels, the popular ones probably.
Ones. You ain't gonna get something that's off the wall. Johnny Walker's. If you know Brazil, it has a lot of European influence. It's you got scotches.
Yeah.
Probably more scotches than whiskey. But you can get Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, maybe.
Vodka wise, is it just Grey Gooses and stuff like that?
You can get Grey Goose. You can get
I wouldn't think they'd have Tito's. I feel like that's more of an American
Tito's.
thing.
I haven't seen Tito's, but you can get there's a couple brands I recognize. Svedka you can get.
All right.
I usually drink. I feel like there's a ton of vodka brands. I'm not real loyal to any of them. So whatever one they throw in there is gonna. Yeah.
Other than Jacqueline's. No Jacqueline's.
Yeah.
Which I just found out. I didn't know Jacqueline's was made in PA. Did you know Jacqueline's?
I did not know that.
Yeah. So
I drink the shit out of their brandy. I know that.
If you go their ginger brandy. Oh, I like their
blackberry brandy.
Oh, all right.
So it comes conveniently in a bottle that's curved in plastic, and it fits right in my snowboarding pants. Real conveniently against my thigh, and it warms you up nicely. Take a little nip of that. That's my go-to snowboarding drink.
Yeah,
1000%. I love Jacqueline's brandy on the.
I didn't know till probably 2 weeks ago. I was at the liquor store and it was made in PA, and I was like, wow, did not know it was made in PA. Jacqueline's.
I was 8 years old when I found out.
Yeah, so you were pretty young then when you found out.
Yeah.
You're younger than I was when you found out. So.
True.
No, that's awesome. So I was just wondering. I was curious, when you go out, what would be the one? What was the nightlife? What drinks do you really like to have?
Yeah.
I'm sure that there's. We're gonna touch base next on your last vacation you took. Wasn't at home. rude. It was at a very nice, way prettier place in the world than Kittanning, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
But before we get to that real quick, I guess that would be maybe a transition into that. So, like, does Brazil have as vineyards and wine like Argentina does, or
no, not as popular.
Not as popular.
No,
okay.
it's I think they get too much rain.
Okay.
They get too much rain because it's fucking. I mean,
It's
rainforest.
Yeah.
Right? It rains every day down there.
Yeah.
And like every day, like 4 o'clock, where I'm at, it's like the clouds just come right over the hill and it'll be hot all day. I'll be sweating at work, and at that point, I was getting off at 4 o'clock, and like 4:15, it would downpour every freaking day.
Yeah.
Just like Florida, it was like clockwork. Like,
yeah.
What time is it? Look at the cloud. Oh, it's about 4:10. In 5 minutes, it's gonna be raining.
Yeah. And then, like, at 5 o'clock, the rain's probably gone. Does it move in and out real quick, too? No.
But the clouds sit there.
Oh, all right.
But then again, the sun sets at like 6 o'clock. It's so early. So, like.
Yeah, you were saying it gets up. You get up
early.
Though,
you get up early. But, yeah, it sets so quick, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's way before 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Even in summer, like the longest days or whatever, 7 o'clock, it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh, that's crazy.
But,
and then, like, I guess one more thing about bars and stuff. Sorry, this is all about Brazil right now.
Well,
stick
I
with
guess
us.
there was another.
We really haven't seen each other talk about these things, and some of the things that I had on my mind I didn't want to talk about because I wanted you guys as an audience to join us for this conversation. Yeah.
I guess I should say, like, going out down there. Just that's what's happened in my town of Fraud.
Yeah.
But if you go to Angra, which is like the bigger.
Yeah.
It's more. There's clubs.
Okay.
There's like clubs with like house music and stuff like that. There's this one club. It's called Hypnos or something. It's like an American name, but it's like a huge club. But they have live music in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Pagoji. That's a type of music. It's called.
Okay.
It's kind of like an upbeat. I can't really tell the difference between Pagoji, funk, and they have like 3 or 4 different kinds. And to me, they all kind of sound similar. And samba, all that, but they can tell like right away.
Yeah.
As soon as I like showed someone the videos, oh, you're listening to Pagoji. I'm like, cool. I can't tell. Like, I was just having fun.
Yeah.
But there's like a club down there. They're playing this live music and guys in like bongos and singing. Like,
that'd be sweet.
It was so freaking sweet.
That'd be sweet.
I've been down there twice, and I've had a good time there.
So clubs, do they party all night? Is there like a closing time? Is it?
Yeah, it's way after my fucking where I should be closing.
Yeah.
We had 2 5 a.m.ers last week. Yeah, well, it was last weekend. Yeah. Weekend before last. It was we had 2 5 a.m. nights, Pagojiing until 4 something.
Yeah.
Getting back in the car and my one buddy throwing up out the window. Somewhere we were at a strip club at one point.
Just like home.
Yeah. I was on a motorcycle that night and I burnt my leg like It gets weird. It gets wild down there.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like it should.
The best places are definitely the live music places because people get wild, people are dancing. There's another venue that's a little bit closer to our place, but next town over, and they have more people in that town, so it gets more people and young people, and it gets pretty. They have live music there, and it's a bigger spot. It's fun. Oh yeah,
that's cool. So your last trip though took you to your last vacation, I should say, not your last trip. Your last vacation, your first vacation you were able to take on this job. Mm-hmm. You went to a pretty little place called Patagonia, and all around the Patagonia mountain range in Argentina. Mm-hmm. Really, you were hitting it all up. It looked beautiful from the
huge
pictures.
Area.
Yeah,
like, really, I combined it to like 3 spots.
Yeah.
There's you can go north and there's more like green stuff where I was kind of like the desert in the middle.
Yeah.
If you go more south, you get more islands and stuff. That's where you get like whales and penguins and stuff like that. So you can, it's whole southern Chile and Argentina.
Yeah.
I had 1 week, so like I kind of had to pick the middle. I didn't want to spread myself too thin to try to go all the way north and all the way south. So like I went to El Calafate is where I flew into.
Okay.
Middle of nowhere, kind of, you feel like, and that's kind of the middle point of the area I was at. Mm-hmm. There's a huge glacier there with some mountains. That's close to there. I stayed in an awesome hostel. First night, I'm like, it's like it's going on like 11 o'clock. I'm getting there late. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to sneak into my hostel room, not to bug people and stuff. And I open the door and there's karaoke going on. Karaoke again.
Yeah.
This is in Argentina. This is not Brazil, but like karaoke. I'm like, holy shit, that place is probably the most fun hostel I've ever stayed at.
Yeah.
It was Americas del Sol. No, Americas del Sur. That was the name of it. So if you're ever in El Califonte, highly suggest staying there. Yeah. It was so much fun. Super easy to meet people. The staff's super helpful, chill. They got ping pong there, and the food, you can order food until like midnight or so. No, 11. And but you can serve drinks until 1, I think. But the common area is big, so like sometimes it's like you can hang out there. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've been to hostels like they kind of want you to turn down after like 9, 10 o'clock. Like, but this one
quiet hour stores.
Yeah. No, it was fun. It was easy to meet people. I liked it a lot. So that's my first experience of when I got there. Day 1, my full day there, I went down to Chile. Stayed in this freaking beautiful hotel on an island in the middle of like beautiful mountain. I
saw pictures. It looked amazing.
Yeah.
Your views out the windows and stuff just from the restaurant were beautiful.
Yeah. And Torres del Paine, the park's called Nationality Park Torres del Paine. It's pretty much if you search that, you'll get you to the area. But so that's a beautiful area. Did a little hike that day. Got up, and I was trying to get up the next day, but I got deathly ill. Yeah. Over the night, to where I'm like, don't know whether to sit on the toilet or put my face in it, because it was coming out both ways for several hours.
Change of food and water probably didn't help.
Something. It could have been the wine. Could have been. Yeah. There's so many factors. It could have been.
Or some beautiful young lady might have roofied you. You don't know.
Actually, I don't think there, because at that point I don't think I talked to really anyone. Yeah. In Chile.
So when you go, if you guys didn't know, Brazil is Portuguese spoken and Argentina is Spanish again, right? So
in Chile it was Spanish.
Spanish. So you had to go back to China to speak regular Spanish. Yeah. Which is probably confusing because we've had conversations, and I've had conversations with other people where they're similar in a lot of aspects, but they're also completely different in a lot of aspects. So 100%. So that would be hard for me to be like, and you said before, like a word in Spanish and a word in Portuguese might be said exactly the same, but have way different meanings. So, I can only imagine like trying to communicate and do
Google Translate helps a lot.
Yeah.
I'd saved my ass so many times, but I unfortunately got deathly ill, and I have like 1 day in Chile, and I'm like, man, this is the hike I wanted to do. It's like one of the main hikes. It's like it's 20 kilometers. It's tough. And the last
round or one way?
It's 10 one way, and 10 come back. But it was every bit, dude.
That's a poke.
At that point, it was gonna be probably the hardest hike I've ever done, and it made it 10 times harder being the fucking condition of it. It was terrible. Like, I took a bunch of Imodium and some nausea pills, and like I'm like, all right, if I can just go to a place where I can see the mountain, I'll be good. If I could have just drove up to the parking lot or at the trailhead and like saw the mountains, I probably would have turned around. Yeah. But I couldn't. So I'm like, let me just walk to this first checkpoint, and I'll see if I can see it. Yeah. So that first checkpoint's 3.5 kilometers in. Yeah. And it's super steep to get up there, and I got up there, and I'm like, I still can't see it. So I'm like, I'm nauseous again. I'm dehydrated as all hell. Yeah. There's a store there. I'd chug another bottle of Gatorade and water. Like, just get me a couple more kilometers just to see if I can see it. Mm-hmm. Next checkpoint, nothing. And I'll get all the freaking way. I get through 10 kilometers. And the last kilometers is straight uphill. It's steep. At that point, I didn't have hiking poles yet. I didn't understand how fucking helpful those things are. They're excellent. If you're ever going hiking, you're not experienced, do yourself a favor and go get some poles. Mine, I got 2 for about $150. The brand was Lecky. Life changing. Yeah. It's coming down the mountain when it's steep, going up the mountain when it's steep. It is just nice to have. It's so much.
Gives you a little extra support.
Yeah, coming down like it.
Yeah. You're not. I mean, even at that, like it's just for one, putting that in the ground. automatically tells your brain, okay, is this solid? Is it not solid? Is it soft? How do I then step proceeding that way? To where you're not having to think every step to what I have to worry about if my footing's going to go out, if it's not.
Yeah, the extra support, like you're.
And then just sport. So it's like now you're not leaning one way or the other way. You got.
It's
I can believe
it's night and day, and it's just. Yeah. I didn't think like. It just doesn't seem
dorks
like to me.
only use them. Yeah, that's always what I thought. Dorks use them.
And then like I don't.
Sorry if I offended anybody.
I just couldn't figure out in my brain like how much easier that makes it, and I still really don't. But it is so much easier.
Yeah.
With poles, my second 20-kilometer hike I did that trip, it was so much easier because I had poles and I felt good.
Yeah.
But finally got up to that hike and beautiful view.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, I could barely enjoy it because I'm like looking for a reindeer. Like, how the fuck do I get down? I'm like looking for a bus. Is there a bus? Is there a some kind of shuttle I can get here? Like if I'm like for handicapped people? How do you? They just don't get.
This isn't handicap accessible. No,
it is very far from handicap accessible. And I'm like, I just shoved I had like a candy bar or something, put it in my face, and I'm like, I'm just gonna just walk till I can't.
Yeah.
And I freaking made it. I don't know how. 20K, and it was just like I was whooped, man.
You probably slept pretty well that night then.
Well, actually, as soon as I got back to the car, I had a 4-hour drive back to El Califonte.
Oh.
So, yeah, back to that hostel I went to.
Yeah.
So.
That's rough.
Yeah, it was less than ideal, but.
Yeah. So, which was that your favorite view? What was what would be your favorite view that you saw in Argentina, Chile, that area? So far, or at any view in South America, because you were at Carnival. We talked a little bit about that, I believe, on the last podcast. Mm-hmm. But yeah, any view, I guess, would be what would be your.
The best view was actually driving into another town. It's tough to say, man. It's tough. I mean, that mountain, that Tuerza Pond was pretty. It's pretty up there.
Yeah.
I just wish I felt better to enjoy it more. El Chatan.
Yeah.
Going in there and seeing the Mountain of Fitzroy is just.
Yeah.
What's one bummer about that is when I was driving into town, it was like no clouds. It was beautiful. I got to see the Fitzroy. I was pulling into El Chatan, which is an awesome town. It's just full of backpackers and that's it. Like people are just backpacking through, and it's all for hiking. I mean, or outdoors. Like there's some restaurants and hostels, and there's nothing else.
Yeah.
And they're no big buildings, not big hotels. It's just hostel like houses.
Nice, just a nice small community.
And it's freaking beautiful. And there's no. I mean, then it's in the shadow of this beautiful mountain, and so that was my favorite hike.
Yeah.
And up the Trace de Laguna de Trace. That was the name of that hike, and that took you up to. Like a couple big lakes up there.
Okay.
Up and right underneath Fitzroy, but unfortunately the clouds were there, and I couldn't see the peak.
Oh.
So I mean, I took this beautiful hike, and I couldn't see the freaking peak. And actually, when I drove in, I could see the peak, and that was the last time I saw it. Oh. I was there for 2 days, and the clouds
just took over.
Yep.
And hung out on top.
And I was thinking like, I'm gonna do this other hike in the morning, like on my last day, and woke up, looked out the window, and it was still. Nothing. Couldn't see it again. Just, I mean, it's the way it falls. I'm glad I took some pictures going in. So I'm like, I almost didn't. Cause I'm like, I'm going to see it for the next 2 days. I'm not going to pull over here.
Yeah.
But then I did. And it's like, cause like one of those views.
I'm glad you did pull over and at least see it because.
Yeah. Yeah. And
it's crazy how
it's one of those views. It's one of those views that brings a tear to your eye.
Yeah.
I've had that feeling when I've seen the Matterhorn in Switzerland. Mm-hmm. I've had that feeling in like. Sedona, Arizona before, and I felt that same kind of like butterfly, like, man, I'm blessed to have this view.
Yeah.
And
because I even thinking about it, like there might have only been I don't know how many I saw a thing saying that there's only been humans that lived on the earth is like at 100 billion. That's it. That's ever lived there. So maybe 1 billion people ever have seen that view probably.
Yeah.
You're one of them.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, and then to be lucky enough to see that and
Yeah.
Another famous.
Like you're probably one of 10% of the whole history of the world population to ever see some of that stuff, and that's pretty cool to think.
Yeah.
Be able to say you saw that and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was an awesome place, and if you can get down there, it's so far south.
Yeah.
Look on a map and where freaking El Chatan is, El Califonte, or Torres del Paine. Like, look that up on a map. It is down there, buddy.
I don't think people understand just how big South America is. Yeah. It's so big.
Wasn't you that told me the fact there? You sent me if you're in the northernmost point of Brazil, you're actually closer to Canada than you are the southernmost point of Brazil.
Yeah, and that's just Brazil. That's not the continent. That's just Brazil.
It's massive.
Yeah.
I mean, Brazil is just as big as the United States.
Yeah. So I guess my next question is, since your next vacation probably isn't bringing you back to tanning, but so where do you think of where else in South America you're gonna try to hit while you're down there because you're there till the end of September, right? So where are you thinking about trying to hit next? Are you trying to go West Coast?
I got a couple on the docket. There's Bolivia Salt Flats.
Okay.
There's one, which is I've seen pictures of people.
Is that where the Bam Bam cocaine comes from? Bolivia Bam Bam.
I mean, I cannot speak for. That's in Bolivia, not Colombia. I think you're thinking of more. Colombia Bam Bam.
Colombia Bam Bam.
Or Machu Picchu in Peru.
Yeah, that would be beautiful.
Yeah.
Just
the good thing about the next one, I think we're gonna have a collective week off, so it's not gonna be just me.
Oh yeah.
And my roommate that I'm living with, Terry, down there. He's a big traveler. He's one who basically told me to go down to Patagonia. He's like, you're gonna love it. And, told me we're basically my guide. He wasn't with me, but he was my guide, And he'll be off with me. And Machu Picchu is kind of what he wants to do, I think. But we talked about the Salt Flats. We talk about Ignacia Falls in the southern part of Brazil and the Argentina border, which is another beautiful place. But I think he's kind of leaning toward Machu Picchu, and if he's gonna set up a whole trip, organize it. It's kind of what he likes to do.
Yeah.
And, I might just.
It's hard to turn down Machu Picchu.
It'll just put me right in the back.
That would be very hard to turn that down.
We can't lose. And no matter what we pick. I mean, there's a week I just want to stay in Rio area.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff I haven't been to the Christ Redeemer yet. I haven't been to Sugarloaf yet. I've been to Copacabana Beach over Carnival, but I didn't do a lot of those tourist things because it was freaking nuts.
Yeah, it was
freaking nuts.
If you guys don't know what Carnival is, it's the
it's a fat too. It's Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras, yeah. It's very popular in the South. It's popular in the Caribbeans too.
And we're Catholic based.
Yeah,
because it's a Catholic holiday.
Yeah, so it's not really
kicks off Lent.
And it doesn't get celebrated in the United States as much. Mardi Gras gets celebrated in New Orleans, and they have their festival and stuff, but you don't see it like in every town, whereas in other countries, it's like every town where they like to...
In Fraud, had a big celebration. I saw a picture of that, and that looked fun too, but I'm in Brazil.
You want to go
I got to go to...
the show.
Right.
Yeah. I don't fault you for that, so...
I got to go to the show.
That's cool. So now that you're home, talk a little bit about our home cooking here. So some things have changed, but we have we have two new quarterbacks for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Let's talk about sports.
I mean, sports. Yeah. Sports. Yeah, I like sports.
I'm still out of the loop. I see the highlights and that's it, buddy.
Yeah, you probably
politically and sports. Dude, I don't know shit.
Yeah, I mean, why would you? I bet you could tell me like every soccer score though in the world.
I can tell you about
But yeah, so we got two new quarterbacks. We Kenny Pickett. We signed Russell Wilson, and then it seemed like Kenny Pickett was a little butthurt over that, and so they were like, all right, why not kick you out of here? And then we stole Justin Fields from the Bears. Thanks, Bears. Like, you guys took Chase Claypool off us, and we upgraded that to Joey Porter Jr., and then now we get Justin Fields for a 6th-round draft pick. Like, stupid.
Aren't the Broncos paying for half of Russell Wilson's?
Not half. Pretty much everything. Russell Wilson signed for $1.2 million with us. He's getting paid $37 something
from the
Broncos.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks guys. So I mean, Omar Khan might have to get like GM of the year. I feel like just in the off season.
And we got Patrick Queen.
Yeah. I mean,
Patrick Queen's a dog, dude.
We upgraded pretty well. We're not any Patrick Queen because I don't know if you saw, but Baltimore Ravens picked up Derrick Henry. Yeah, so that's going to be a load.
That's a house.
That's going to be a load. Even
though the Ravens always had for the last couple of years, they've always had a really strong running game, and they've run us over a lot.
And you have Lamar Jackson still down there, so. But yeah, I think we upgraded our QB room. Team overall, I think we upgraded too. But our QB room has to be probably one of the most competitive ones now in the league.
Yeah.
With just youth and wisdom. I mean, you have Russell Wilson. It's not the 10 year, 15 years ago Russell Wilson, but like he has all that wisdom that he can. I feel like he can teach Justin Fields. Justin Fields sits there for a year, even if hopefully maybe 2 years behind him, and learns. I feel like Justin Fields, he's only 24.
Yeah. Like he's a weapon. I mean, I don't think he's like. I think there's points we can use him.
Yeah. I think you have to have a package with them, running and passing. Yeah. Like, you can't obviously just throw them in every time and be like, oh, we know this is going to be a QB sneak. Oh, this is going to be a QB sneak. Yeah, you got to have packages with them where he's, looking to pass and stuff from time to time. But I feel like it's just, it puts us I feel way more secure now and have higher ceiling I think we can do and make playoffs and be competitive than Kenny Pickett gave us. Did I think Kenny Pickett at times had glimpses of being a good quarterback? Yeah, but those glimpses were minimum and way too spread out. They were not consistent enough for me to
think. At the end of his freshman year, I thought like it was night and day where he started his first year and where he ended. I thought now coming into his second season, I thought, man, this guy's going to be a stud. Yeah. Well, and that wasn't it.
Last year, like we were watching them through. I mean, go back to our podcast, like episode 1, 2, and 3. It was like
we're talking about. Like, I was pumped for the Steelers season.
Through preseason last year, he looked like lights out. Like we made the right choice.
And after 1 quarter of freaking
yeah.
We got stomped by a fucking Stanford game 1. I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Maybe the same. All right, we're all right, Kenny, come on. And then just never
recovered really.
No, just never.
And
just see his.
And I'm glad that they went and made these changes just for the mere fact of our players on the other side of the ball. Like, I don't want to waste any more T.J. Watt's golden years.
Yeah.
Cam Hayward's on probably he's definitely on the downturn. I don't want to say this is his last hoorah, but he might have 1 or 2 more years in him.
You still got a good Minka back there.
Yeah, you still got a young Minka. You still have good pieces that I feel like it's a disservice.
Is good. I
mean, it is a huge disservice to our players if you're not trying to compete. And I don't think if you're rolling out Kenny Pickett shows that your team and your fans that you're trying to compete. Kenny Pickett just ain't it.
It was pretty much halfway through last year. It was clear that it wasn't going to be the fit.
But yeah, so we got some new quarterbacks, some new players on the football team, and then we'll see like what happens here. The Penguins, they shot themselves in the foot all year long. How many times this year, earlier in the year, where it gave up.
Times. Just they couldn't make the big save when it came. Remember, we kept saying it. And Maljory barely plays.
And Ned's getting there, and he's giving them a shot of life. That they had some players get hurt to where they had to play young kids, and the young kids come up with the youth, the speed, the athleticism that kind of just I think really gave a shot in the arm for the other
for the last there. 2 or 3 weeks. But prior to that, it's like. You got into the third period, and it was just like
even if we had a lead, even if we had a 2-goal lead, it was like
that wasn't enough.
But there's a good chance we're going overtime.
What, 10 minutes left to the third, and we were up 4-1. And we freaking lost.
Yeah, it happened way too many times now, and it painted us into the situation that we're in, where we sit here today. Last week of the season, only 1 game left. You have the Capitals playing the Flyers tonight, which the Flyers do still have a chance to make the playoffs. So
they don't
have a big chance. Flyers have to win against the Capitals, then hope the Red Wings and us both lose, and then the Flyers are in.
No one can get any points basically.
Yeah, and for us to get in, we need the Flyers to win against the Capitals, and then we need the Canadians to beat the Red Wings, which. Just last night, the Canadians were up 4-1 and lose that 5-4 in overtime, which don't help us.
No.
So hopefully the Canadians get their head out of their ass tonight and they can do what we need to do. And then we have to go take care of business against the Islanders tomorrow, which the Islanders, they're not a slouch.
No, but they locked in.
They're locked in. Yeah, they made playoffs, but they're no slouch of a team, No. So like it's a situation that it
could have been
very much avoided if we did better game management earlier in the season.
Just one game. That's all you need is one more.
Yeah.
One, and there's so many.
You can say that about the Red Wings and the Capitals and the Flyers. They probably have bad losses there too. So
I just feel
we see it every day. I feel like we had way too many bad losses. Like absurd amount of bad losses.
I think it sucks that you got a 36-year-old winning on a fucking clinic.
Oh yeah. I mean,
one of the
greatest
most impressive seasons.
Probably a top 5, if not top 3, greatest player that ever played the game in Sidney Crosby.
Yeah, 5 I think is...
The man is still diving on power plays to get goals.
Yeah. At 36 years old.
Still grinding in the corners, getting pucks, making plays, and his teammates are scoring. He could have...
Was he 42 goals this year?
42 goals this year, 90-some points. Like, he could have packed this in and been like, you know what, I did my part. We didn't make it, blah, blah, blah. No, he single-handedly said, hey, get on my back. We'll go.
Let's go.
I'll tear you.
Gino started getting hot here late.
I contribute that to his parents being in town. Like, his parents been back for, like, the last 3 weeks, and it's just like... Gino wants to play now. Like, hey, why don't we move him here at this point? Like, why
can we just put that in his contract? Like, just
like,
can we donate to the Malkin?
The Malkin buy his house, parents'
house.
Yeah, and then we have the old baseball season swinging away. Pirates, they're looking good here early. Looking bad at times though early. Not so much. Which I thought this would be like the biggest thing this year would be our offense, but I did not see our bullpen being the problem, which it has been in not all of our losses. I think we have 7 losses now. Mm-hmm. But I would say 3 of those, so half of those losses I would put solely on the bullpen, and I'd put 2 of those solely on Bednar losing his saves. He has 2 lost saves now.
I think 3.
Or 3? Yeah. So, like...
Well, I mean, I probably shouldn't speak that, and maybe you're right. I don't know the number, but I think I heard 3.
Yeah.
But I haven't watched a single game.
Except for last night. We were at a local establishment, a very nice social club.
The BPOE.
The BPOE 203.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
But yeah, there's like, I've seen in half that game we saw on Saturday. That's pretty much all I've got to see. And yeah, it's unfortunate. Like baseball's so good when it matters, Mm-hmm. And I would really love to get back to that playoff baseball,
especially here.
Yeah, but it didn't exactly. But it's those like is it gonna be the same thing as the Pens? It's gonna be these dumb losses early, these dumb losses that could have been wins that you shouldn't have lost. You're up 3-0 and you blow it. Is there a trend there in Pittsburgh? Is there? I mean,
well, that could be a trend. I mean, that could be it. I feel, you're very right. Where
you're capable of winning, you're in a spot to
you
win.
have 3 blown losses, in the 8th inning or later so far in this season. If you carry that over the whole season, in let's say out of every set of 16 games, so 10 sets, you have 3 blown losses every 10. I mean, that's 30 games there you just blew. 30 games is a lot of games. Let's say you even just blow 15 or 20. That's a lot of games that you don't want to be giving. That can change where you're in the playoffs, taking the pennant, not taking the pennant.
Division, that's not like say you did to the
Yeah, luckily it hasn't been against any divisional play. I don't think we haven't played a divisional team yet. So
not that we played Washington, so not the Reds.
Nope, okay. We haven't played the Reds. We haven't played the Cubs or the Brewers or
Cardinals.
Cardinals
are bad, I guess, right?
I don't know. I haven't really seen any. Like I've been, sadly, and I've just been watching Pirates baseball for the most part because it's been
what matters now.
Well, it's been relevant.
It's still hockey season.
It's still hockey season, and that's the Penguins have definitely made me come back into the hockey. I tell you this. the beginning of March, I was like, just blow it up, like lose, get a good draft pick. Like we ain't making the playoffs in like last 3 weeks, 3.5. Hey, so we ran out, our battery died, and we had to get cut short. No, we're back.
We're talking about Pirates.
Pirates, and so
blowing
the leads. I mean, I think, but once again, though, it just makes you appreciative that we live in Pittsburgh and we have teams that we can talk about and want to, we expect high expectations. Yeah. Even the Pirates, you still have, every year you have expectations of, this is the year they're going to compete. This is the year, I never have the expectation of they're going to suck just right out of the gate. But, usually by May, okay, well, this is going to be a long summer or this is going to be a fun summer, You
have more optimism than me because there's a lot of summers I start out like, oh, I don't even watch them.
And then you just go from there. You're like, somebody says, hey, like, let's go.
Oh, look, they're doing good. Then when they plummet, I'm like,
told you.
I didn't waste my time.
Yeah, there's other things I could do, so. Right. But yeah, since you got back into town, we did a strip day, and
we didn't strip, but we went to the strip.
We weren't stripping. We went to the strip, district in Pittsburgh.
Make sure
clarify that. Nobody wants to see stripping from us.
No, it would not be good. It's a bad day.
Yeah, that's involved for all of humanity, really. But yeah, so we went down to the strip district, had a good time. We hit up, the greatest dive bar in the world. That would be Lefty's. If you didn't know, now you know.
I put up against a few. There's a few.
You've been to some dive bars in other regions.
I'd say the best in Pittsburgh. But
I've also been to some dive bars in other parts of the country.
But it's up there.
It's still my favorite, just for the mere fact that I'm a sucker for home. Like, I love Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I think I think Lefty's nails dive bar. Every time you're there, I never have had, and what carries that is I've never gone in there and had a bad experience. So I just think that it's number one. If you want to come at me. Tell me in the comments on the YouTubes. You list your favorite dive bar, and we'll compare.
We'll go.
Yeah, maybe we'll go. We'll do
dive bars in America.
Yeah,
that could be a YouTube segment.
Yep, we can make videos. Woo. We can make a video, maybe make a road trip out of it, and see where we do.
I got my top pick.
Yeah, what's your top pick?
Bill's Place in Aurora Grande, California.
All right, well, that's gonna be a long road trip.
It's gonna be a long road trip.
We can hit some dive bars. If you guys know any dive bars from Pittsburgh to California that you would like us to hit along the way, shoot them at us. We'll try to make a road trip.
That'd be the first tour, dive bar tour, and the fifth wheel and stuff.
Oh, there you go. Oh man, that could be a whole YouTube segment right there.
Oh, that'd be a hell of a video. That'd be sick, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be. That would be crazy, but that'd be fun.
Ranking dive bars.
Yeah.
Dude, I think that's the best idea in the world.
Right?
If anyone steals this, I'm gonna be pissed. Good thing we only have
15 viewers, so I'll know if somebody. We'll know who it is. We'll know if you stole this from us. But yeah, so we hit up Lefty's. Then we, there's so many great places in the strip. But we went to Rollins for some food, which brought me to my next thing I want to talk about. So I go to the pisser, and I'm standing there like you're supposed to as a man. Now, sorry, ladies. I'm sure this doesn't pertain to you. You have probably no idea what we're talking about here. But for the men, when you're in the urinal, you don't look anywhere. You don't look to the guy to your left or right. You look at the wall, and then you
up and down.
You might give the occasional, hey, how's it going? Or
head nod.
Yeah, head nod. Or
you don't say nice watch.
Yeah, nice shoes. Where'd you get them shoes from? It's no conversation really. And I was
keep your conversation to a minimum, especially people you don't know.
Yeah. Yes.
If it's a buddy or something.
If there's a buddy, okay.
It's so awkward that you're kind of messing with your buddy.
I mean, the gentleman has his wiener in his hand next to you. You don't need to be talking to this gentleman.
Yeah, he's busy.
Yeah, and you're busy. Yeah. He doesn't need to be talking to you either.
Right.
And this situation happened where this guy came in and he just wanted to talk to me while I'm pissing. And
what was the topic?
All about how the food there was really good. He had a great meal, and I'm like, oh yeah, cool, good.
Small talk.
Yeah, just trying to small talk. I don't know this man from Adam. Like, I have no idea. Like,
I think you're getting hit on, Zach.
He goes, you know, beautiful weather. He wanted to talk. Well, you can't see it. Like, I don't.
Was there a divider?
There's a divider.
There is a divider.
Yeah, a divider in there.
It's a little bit more acceptable if there is a divider, because you can't, like...
Yeah,
you're like,
but I don't need to talk about the weather or the food or what's going on. If I go back out to the bar and you're sitting at the bar and you want to talk about that stuff, that's cool. That's bar talk. That's not urinal talk. So he starts talking to me.
You must have had a heavy stream if this is that long of a conversation.
Oh, I mean, I broke the seal, so I was in there for a minute, you know, and he's in there, and I did finish up before him. I kind of ran out. Like, I wasn't letting this continue on the way. And after like the third thing he wanted to bring up, like, I stopped answering him. Like, first couple
you
things,
cut him off like you went like turkey. This ain't the place.
He said, he's like, oh man, the lobster roll was amazing. Which, once again, can't have seafood, but Roland's lobster roll.
They're awesome. I had one.
There you go. So you know, now you know.
Best in Pittsburgh for sure.
And I go, oh yeah, right on. And I go, that's good. Like, you got some good food. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, man, today turned out beautiful. And this weather, you can't beat it, especially with all the rain we've had. I go, yeah, the rain really has sucked. And like, I thought that my answers were dickish enough that he would not keep on talking to me.
Like, short enough.
Yeah, short, blunt.
He's not picking up social cues.
Yeah, I'm not elaborate. Like, yeah, you know, tell me about that.
You're to the point, like, straight to the point. So choose, tell anyone.
The last thing he messaged or starts talking about, I just like zoned out. I'm like, now I'm pushing my pee out because I'm just like, I want to finish this. Like, I gotta go. And I'm thinking though, while he's talking to me about this, and I'm pushing my pee out, like,
pushing pee.
Did he not?
Pushing
pee, which I don't know what that means.
Maybe we don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
About sitting on your
I go, did he never learn or was taught the rules of the urinal? You know, you just don't do this. And I'm like thinking to myself, was I ever taught, or do you just naturally learn that, or naturally have this instinct of, you just don't talk to another man while he has his wiener in his hand. Like, I don't know. So, like, I wanted to ask you and ask our fans, the male ones, because women, sorry again, this pertains just to men, basically. Well, in today's day and age,
you might know.
Yeah, you never know. But, like, did your dad or somebody ever tell you, like, hey, you just don't do this? Or did you just, like, one day, like, walked in and be like, hey, I just don't talk to another guy. We're not exchanging words right now. Yeah, these conversations just don't need to be had.
I think all it takes is one time to, like, start saying, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you then you realize how awkward it is, and you're like, maybe this isn't the time or place to have an in-depth conversation of life.
That's where my mind was too. Like, I'm pretty certain, like, my father never said, hey, like, when you go in your urinal, I don't think you need to be told, but, like, this gentleman,
especially strangers.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just think this gentleman needed to be told. And maybe I did this service to him. And he was an older gentleman. He's probably in his late 50s, early 60s.
He should have known better.
He definitely should have known better. But maybe, like, the young whippersnapper that I am compared to him, maybe I should have taught him a lesson that day and be like, hey, man, like, we just don't talk to other dudes while we...
Maybe he was at the time. Maybe he was at the time when you said the bar and the trough was your pee.
Yeah,
so maybe
he might be of that time.
So, like, you just pee at the bar.
Yeah.
And it's just...
I think that time frame, like, went out in, like, 1875. But, I mean...
The Wick State Saloon used to have such things.
I know.
Wasn't quite 1800, but it was probably...
1940s, I would say.
I know my grandma was alive then, because she was the one who told me about how... Yeah, I was there. Like,
I know that there was places. I know there was places still in the 40s,
so 50s,
and possibly 50s that had them.
Yeah.
There was other bars in Katanning. The one where
but you said this guy was mid-50s. Like, I don't think he would have been around for that time.
No, but like, it was just weird, and I just wanted to bring that up because I had to get it off my chest. It was on my mind. You know, our show is based off of. Intrusive thoughts always winning, and that was an intrusive thought. Like, I'm just sitting there going, what's wrong with this guy? What's wrong with me?
Trying to diagnose him?
Yeah.
Try to diagnose his
you know, like, that's just like, I'm just
thought.
like, maybe it's me. Maybe I've been doing it wrong my whole life. I don't know.
Maybe it's a great time to have a conversation.
Maybe it is. I feel like it's not.
Just,
like, at least wash your hands, you know?
Yeah.
before we have this conversation.
Have sink talk.
Yeah, we yeah, for sure. Have sink talk. But yeah, that was like on my mind like all day Sunday. Like I'm like, huh, this is weird. I mean, it's not up there like.
I think it's different if you know the person.
Yeah,
way different.
Yeah,
that's a way
different.
Yeah, like I feel like I talk to friends in the Urinal that are friends. You know, random people.
No,
not a thing.
No,
not a thing.
Just a head nod.
Yeah.
That's all.
100%.
Maybe eye contact. Now,
not deep eye contact.
Not deep. No gazing into the eyes. Yeah. No winks.
It got to be a quick.
Yeah, you don't want to give a wink. You just give them a little head nod, a little eye, a little side eye.
Or
all right.
Hey.
Yeah. Just leave it at that. Like you're not trying to seduce the guy. You know.
It's not my weird.
Yeah. You don't make it weird. Yeah. Don't make it weird. So, but yeah, I was just like, man, I got to bring this up. Like maybe. I'm just thinking it wrong. Like I thought maybe.
I think that's kind of common. I think you were just an outlier situation. It's not like. I
mean.
Can't say I've ever had
I know that Western PA people were very friendly and loyal, but like that was a little too friendly.
Yeah, it's a little much.
Yeah.
Excessive.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, if you had done that like. At like a Steeler game and pissing in a trough.
Oh no, you can never.
Way. No way. That's you dead when you go like, and I don't know if some of you ladies might not know this too. We have piss troughs in Heinz Field.
You go like 7 wide.
Other place,
7 wide.
And you're shoulder to shoulder, but you do not look down.
Nope.
You look at the block or the blocks above.
And you push pee the whole time.
Yeah.
You don't want to be there long.
No. Yeah. Push
in and out.
Yep. Push and pee. That must be what the song's about.
Yep.
Push and pee.
Yeah, I'm going with it now. Push and pee to the Urinal.
But yeah,
I'll never forget that now.
I mean, do you have anything else though on your mind that's been since you got home or since you've been away that you've been thinking about? Like, hey, this is like something I'd like to talk about.
I got an update on my life. I know you've gone through basketball. Now you're doing the.
Basketball season's been over.
But you're still
now we're
training.
in developmental season, training and getting that going, and that's about. And take a break, and then we got some
Mel's. So what's going on with Mel's? I heard some news
Mel's.
today.
Yeah. There's gonna be some big changes, hopefully coming here shortly. But coming in the near future for sure. There's gonna be some things I don't want to. You can't talk about it. I can't tell you exact deets.
Things are coming.
But things are coming. Big surprises. Be happy and excited. That's all I can say because. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be a great. I think it's gonna be a great opportunity for the area. Another thing for them to do and be able to utilize, I guess. But yeah, Mel's is you guys. I will say this, and I don't care who you think. It is the most consistent food in Armstrong County. Every time you get it, like. And that's to the Melanie and Chris. They do an amazing job of making sure that all employees know this is how we're making this, and this. It's never going to get wavered. It's no eyeballing it. We are doing it this way because consistency is key. Yeah. If you order a pizza from Mel's, you want it to be the same way. You want a sub to be the same way every single time. I can see them being like,
well, I don't mean this in a bad way, but like I feel like they're very particular in the place. It's going to be this way, and then they make sure that everyone understands it's going to be that way.
Yeah.
So that leads to consistent menus.
Yeah, and if they ever do change something,
attention to detail.
It's very much attention to detail. If they ever want to change something, it's not like we're going to change it like that. We try to do different things over a period of time. We try it in-house, and we let a couple other people, taste test and see what we want to do, and then they change it, and it's not, they don't do it with just one time, like, oh, we're going to change it today, just see what people want. No, it's like, let's try to, go through the process. So attention to details is a big way, or best way to describe it.
Because without that, you end up like a place like, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't call any names, but
there's certain places. Yeah, I don't want to throw any restaurants under the bus, and there's other restaurants I know that have attention to detail.
Yeah, I would never want to throw Ryan's Creek House or something like that or something.
I can't say I can't confirm or deny. I've never eaten there, so I can't confirm or deny about that. But It's just
inconsistency.
I feel like is one of the easiest ways for your restaurant to any business really, but your restaurant to. If you come in there and have a great meal and a bad meal and a great meal and a bad meal, you're not going in there very often. Then you're just because you don't know what you're getting. I want to know every time that I go out that I'm getting something good. You know, so I get that.
I will admit that's one thing about Brazil. Sometimes it's very inconsistent.
Yeah,
because just sometimes the steak I get every day is good. I'll order the same thing every day, and some days it's just. I think it has to do with the meat though too.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just get a tougher piece of meat. I mean, it happens. The quality control of what their steaks are, or they're natural. They're like real freaking steaks coming off of.
Oh, it's not fake food.
No, so it's like
not made in a lab.
Sometimes you don't get the same exact meat that you did before. So as you know,
and they're not. Their cattle's not probably being grown on factory farms. It's grown on local, Joe and Bill and Jose and I don't know Randall.
Still a different name, but yeah, sure.
It's at family farms, and so sometimes they're not eating the same foods. They might be eating grass one day and corn the next day and something else, and it's I can completely understand how from day to day or from cut to cut, from cattle to cattle, it being a little different, and that's okay. Like,
it's good meat. I mean, quality food's good.
Yeah.
It's just they don't have a lot of options.
Yeah.
But I mean, I lost 22 pounds.
Yeah, you're looking great.
And I also been working out a good bit.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu. This guy over here is trying to throw some people around nowadays.
Yeah, I know enough how to choke like one person out. They're laying in a very specific way.
If you play dead and you lay this way, leg up,
I go like this,
face down, I know I can get you.
I got you, dude. You're done. You're done for.
Don't move.
Yes, stay right there. Yeah, but the food, I don't feel bloated when I'm drinking the Brahma or all the other stuff. And
no, shout out Brahma. Or just a shout out, Brahma, not an ad.
I just feel so much better when I'm eating their food and compared to what they hear. I mean, I know I'm going to gain some weight this week.
Yeah.
I already decided, like, I'm going to eat this week.
Yeah.
The food does taste a lot better sometimes here.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily good for you.
No.
And I think that's pretty clear.
The home cooking is a real thing. Like, when you get home and you get that comfort food that you grew up with your whole life,
100%.
Like it's something you just don't want. You don't get. You do not get some of our wings, saloon wings. Mel's wing dust, their dry wing dust is still good too in my eyes. I like that, but I'm a huge Mel Buffalo guy. Like, I think that's some of the best Mel Buffalo sauce there is. But you don't get wings like we have in our area. I think we have, I don't want to say the mecca of wings.
Oh, I do.
But
I say it all the time.
I think we have our area, and you can also put this in the comments. You guys think you have a better place in Western PA, in the United States, anywhere. Anybody out there, the 15 of you that watch our videos, think that you have better chicken wings than we have. I will fight you.
Yeah, I feel like we've tried that.
Yeah,
or I don't think anyone's ever
comment, because I think they know.
I don't think anyone disagrees. I mean, once you have them.
Yeah. My question then would be, I guess, could we go to Brazil and open up like a wing shack?
So you can get chicken wings there.
Yeah,
but they don't have deep fryers and things like.
Yeah, they're like baked,
grilled.
Grilled,
which is fine in a way, but you don't get the seasoning. It's just small. It's not the same.
So I think what you're saying is, if I can find a little shack on a beach, order a two thing deep fryer, send it down there, and just open up chicken wings.
Fryers there. They have fries and stuff. But they just don't put wings. They don't put wings.
I think we can get something there on the beach. I mean, I don't know if I would go to the beach and want chicken wings sitting out in the sun eating chicken wings, but in the sand. Is that paprika or is
that
sand? Yeah, is that dirty sand on there? I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's a little area a little niche we could start down there. Chicken wings and pizza, actual pizza with sauce. Yeah, not
It's another thing I need to eat. I need to get pizza.
Yeah. So, but thanks. Episode 2, season 2. I said that backwards. Season 2, episode 2.
Yeah.
Glad that you guys tuned in again with us. Like we said at the beginning of the show, we hope to get more of a consistent release for you guys. Try to get out there to the masses more often and make those 15, 20 views. Maybe we can get that up to 50. I feel like
we've had some go up to like 90, 100. I think in the one total between Spotify and YouTube.
And Brazil, watch out. We're going to be number 1 podcast in Brazil.
I don't know what the number 1 podcast in Brazil is.
Oh no,
I'll find out.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be number 1.
I think we gotta speak Portuguese first.
It's not gonna be number 1 for long because guess what? It's gonna be don't pass go, and just like that. See you guys. Don't pass go. Don't be a jackass.
Toodaloo.